Welcome to the Vibrant Life Podcast, where you unleash your freedom and ignite your passion. Let's get started. Well, hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here. My first episode, my first podcast, but not my first audio. I've been creating audio meditations for a few years now, and I wanted to dive into the podcast world. So I thought, let's start that first episode with an introduction. So my name is Melanie. I'm a professional certified NLP coach. I've been in the fitness and wellness industry now for over 10 years. I'm 48 years old, and I have 2 teen boys and a wonderful husband. So this wonderful health and wellness life all came about because I used to suffer from chronic pain for years, but that's like a whole other podcast. So within those 10 years, I used to be a fitness coach. I taught HIIT and spinning classes, and I absolutely loved it. I really loved it. I'm happy to say that I'm pain-free today. It took me 6 months to get rid of that pain, but that is what got me to teach all those classes. And here's another little tidbit about me. Maybe you know, maybe you don't, but I've been a flight attendant for the past 25 years. I can't believe it's been 25 years. I swear that's probably the longest thing that I've ever done in my life. So let's go back 5 years ago. My boys were younger. They were not teens. They were younger. They needed my help. And I worked full time, right, as a flight attendant. I taught all those fitness classes. I think at the end, it was like 8 classes a week. And my husband, thank goodness, we're very much live and let live. And he's always super supportive of my goals. That being said, once I have a goal, I really want to reach it. I'm a total go-getter. So I was also, in those last 5 years, or even 10 years, I would say, I was trying to build an online business. And of course, being the go-getter that I am, I participated in various Spartan races. So it seems like a lot, right? I mean, you're maybe listening to this and going, wow, okay, that's a lot of stuff. Well, sure enough, it was, because you know what? I burnt out. But in that burnout, I didn't know at the time, it was a blessing. I know, right? Who would say that a burnout is a blessing? But it was a blessing. So, like I mentioned, I didn't know I was burning out until the pandemic hit. And then I had to actually stop, which was a great thing. And that's why I say it was a blessing. And at this point, though, prior to the pandemic, I knew something was not right. I didn't know it was a burnout, but I knew something wasn't right. I was tired, but, I was tired because of flying and my kids were young. And of course, I'm doing all kinds of things. But sure enough, I decided to sign up to go back to school and learn NLP. So NLP being neuro-linguistic programming. So yeah, of course. Hey, why not? Let's put more on my plate. But you know what? And the things that we don't know in the moment, but I know now. In the moment, I was lost with who I was, where I wanted to go, and what I wanted to do. I was searching for my own identity. Who the hell am I? That's what I was telling myself. Like, what is happening? And like I said, I just didn't know, right? I was just trying to figure it all out. So when I decided to register for school, I was thinking, I need to be a better communicator. That's the issue with me. That's that gut feeling that I'm having that's something's wrong with me. Which is not a bad thing to refine, right? To become a better communicator. But after walking out of my first few classes, I was so excited because I realized it's a lot more than better communication. I swear I probably cried every class. Like it was the best gift I could have given myself. I eventually, after 3 years of practice and studies, I discovered that I exist in this world. But the difference is that I exist in this world without the need for validation from others. And that was transformative for me. So I slowly started building experience during my schooling and after graduation, expanding my client base. And it was absolutely amazing meeting all these wonderful people and putting into practice what I had learned. Not only did I heal myself, because the teacher would always say, you cannot bring your client further than what you have already gone through or understand or know, right? And at the moment, at that time, I should say, I didn't understand what that meant, but today I totally get it. Because if you can't heal from past experiences, when somebody will talk to you about it, your conscious mind just doesn't want to hear what's being said in front of you. So after graduating, I thought to myself, I need to figure out how I could incorporate fitness, wellness, and mental health. It was like an amazing package. And when I was in the fitness industry, which is really interesting, I always used to say mind, body, and soul, mind, body, and soul. I had the body down packed, part of my mind, but my soul needed some work. And that's when that NLP came in and really helped me out in that department. So I was trying to figure out how can I bring this and share it with the public. And because I believe that everyone in the world I have this deep belief that every person can reach the state of nirvana if one is ready to allow digging into the subconscious and align mind, body, and soul. Because once you are able to reach that state, magic happens. All right, so let's go back a bit. Pandemic, right? We all experienced it differently. And during that time, I did minimal movement. I ate whatever I wanted. I had burnt out. I mean, I didn't want anything to do with the fitness industry. I think, I still went for walks and I would tell myself that I did a few little workouts here and there. But let me tell you, it was nothing like I used to do, which maybe was too extreme before that, but still, I really did almost nothing. And so, of course, what happened is I gained weight. I was feeling great mentally. I mean, I was taking care of that mental part of me, right? But the weight was just gaining on me, slowly showing up. Like the burnout, it slowly showed up. My mental state was happy. And I mean, I just went through 3 years of therapy technically, right? While I was in school. So I was on top of the world. But let me tell you how alignment works. So when you ignore one part of who you are to only place all the energy of the world on another part, that's not alignment. So even though I was nourishing parts of me that had been buried for a long time, I was not nourishing the other parts. And everything I was doing was very much compartmentalized. And what happened at that point, because I was aligning one part of me but not the other, which, it's totally normal. We're human beings. Like, we're not walking around perfect all the time. But when we say that gut feeling, not following your heart, your soul is not being fulfilled, well, that's what was happening. I started to feel achy. And of course, perimenopause started kicking in. I had gained over 30 pounds. My skin was like like I was a teenager again and my energy was low. But, was it perimenopause or was it the fact that I was not working out anymore? I just knew something wasn't right. And I wasn't listening to what it really was until I realized I was not listening to one of my biggest, most important value, and that's health. 10 years ago, I was suffering from chronic inflammation for years, and health was like a huge part of me that was so important to take care of. And here I was kind of ignoring it. But I needed it. I needed to go through that event, that experience to bring me to where I am today. So, if I was going to guide women to live a vibrant, fit, and healthy lifestyle, I had to get back on track with my health. So, I continued to coach my clients one-on-one and gain that experience. And on the sidelines, I was taking notes and being very conscious, very aware of how I was going to incorporate fitness back into my life without it being too excessive and obsessive like it was 10 years ago, right? It was important now to me in my late 40s to really create harmony. And how was I going to bring that harmony? How was I going to bring balance into my life? How was I going to start exercising again and enjoying it without that trigger from that burnout, right? Because what happens sometimes is we keep ourselves from doing certain things without sometimes being conscious about it, because there's certain triggers that pop up that keep us from moving forward. But I was very aware of this trigger, and I was just like, I need to dig deeper. I need to really go into my purpose. And healing takes time. And I always say this is my quote. I love this quote. I don't think I've heard it anywhere. Like, that's just what I say. You need to feel to heal. And I was one to ignore feelings in the past, right? So it's so important to really feel to be able to heal. It doesn't have to be crazy painful, but you need to feel to heal. And when you do, the power that resides within you, you just end up radiating. Like, you're just glowing. You're on fire. Your energy just bursts. And I love seeing that transformation state with my clients. It is absolutely amazing when you could see the person going from ego to soul and things being aligned. It's magic, I'm telling you. It's absolutely beautiful. And I know this is the time when there's a shift that happens at that point, and the train just doesn't stop. Once you become aware, you just want to continue on that beautiful journey, because a journey never ends. And if it never ends, then it better be a great one that is filled with passion and purpose, one that resonates with who you are and not what you were told it should be. Imagine a highway, right? You're on this highway, and that's your journey. And at times you need to take exits to get food, to get some rest, to reconnect. And you leave those exits, you come back onto that highway. But that's your life, right? It's just continuous. And sometimes I have clients and they're like, okay, well, then what? There's no then what. You're just in it. You're just in it. You're just being. And when you could just be, enjoy life, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this is how I came about the Stay Vibrant podcast. Because the 8-second reels that I do on Instagram and TikTok just weren't cutting it with what I wanted to share. Don't get me wrong. I love the creative side of those reels, but I had so much to say, and I'm like, I can't fit it all in 8 seconds. So hence the podcast. So we all deserve to live a vibrant life. You are worthy to live that vibrant life. And so my purpose is to educate and inspire and motivate you to open up to the possibilities of exploring who you are at your core and allowing your soul to radiate, to discover the freedom of choice and how you want to live a fit, healthy lifestyle. To not fear change, but to gain access to facing fear and realizing that you can still live all the wonderful parts of who you are already. You know, after my transformation, I was still me. I'm just aware now, conscious of who I am. I healed from the past experience that blocked me from embracing all my parts. I still do what I love, but I do it with clarity. And it's super interesting because sometimes I think about the things that I used to love when I was in my 20s. And guess what? It's exactly what I love today. But things are just clearer. And I'm just being and I'm just enjoying. I've made peace with a lot. Let me tell you, peace with a lot. And so I feel calm. Despite the vibrancy and the pink brand, if you work with me, people will say, wow, you're so calm and zen. And so when you have that clarity, you have freedom. And when you have freedom, you are confident in who you are and you feel calm and at peace. You become present. So are you ready to exist? Are you ready to feel calm? Calm with the life that you lead, because it is possible to do so. I'm here for women over 40, moms, entrepreneurs, go-getters, professionals, type A personalities. I know who you are. I know you're there, working hard, taking care of your kids and possibly your parents. I know you know that living a healthy lifestyle is important. And I know you love your life, your friends, your family. You're busy, but you're full of passion and ideas. But you're tired, exhausted even. You're motivated, but you can't keep consistent. Or you're consistent, but you may be telling yourself, oh my God, for how long do I have to do this for? You will discover how to feel calm and in alignment. I will guide you. So the future episodes will consist of mental health topics, strategies, success stories, meditations, and more. And so I invite you to subscribe to my podcast to not miss out on your vibrant life. And please share with your friends, mom, sister, aunts, any woman you may know who can benefit from bringing confidence and calm to her heart. I encourage you to share your thoughts on any topic you may want to hear more of. Please do so. I am open to suggestions. And I thank you for showing up. And remember, you could lead a life of calm and full vibrancy. Till next time.